It's a RGB LED strip, and I needed a controller for controlling each color. So today's project will be simple and easy circuit for controlling each LED of this LED strip, RGB LED strip. Okay, here it is the simple diagram. You will need one transistor, NPN transistor. In my case, I'm using 2N3904 transistor, small NPN transistor. One potentiometer, 5 kilo ohms, and for the base, one resistor of 220 kilo ohms. Because I'm using a LED strip with resistor for each LED and it's built inside the strip. If you don't have a LED strip and you will do this circuit for ordinary LEDs, you will need to use also one more resistor for a LED that will be around 470 ohms for voltage from 5 volts up to 12 volts. Forgot to tell you, you need to make 3 of these for controlling each color: red, green, blue. What you gonna need for making? 3 potentiometers, 5 kilo ohms each. 3 resistors, 220 kilo ohms. 3 transistors, NPN transistor, 3 of them. This gadget will be USB powered, so I needed a USB male connector and proto board. Let's start making. To explain one more time, there are 3 potentiometers, and the first pin of the potentiometer is directly connected to emitter of the transistor. The base from the transistor through 220 kilo ohm resistor is connected on pin 2 or second leg of the potentiometer, and the collector will be output for each LED. The LED RGB mixer is almost finished, and I solder 4 wires. One is positive, one is for red, green and blue. Let's solder the LED strip. The USB RGB mixer gadget is finished, and now I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test on my homemade 2-in-1 power supply. From here it gives 12 volts. We have USB port that give 5 volts. If you want to see how I made this, check the link in description. And let's try it. Okay, this is red, green, blue. Let's turn off the lights. Red, blue. This will need it to be green, RGB. I made it blue, a mistake. Okay, and green. We can mix the colors, cyan color. Oh. This is better light. Red, some blue. Okay, blue. Turn off the blue. Green and blue. Green and red, yellow. It's a dead LED bulb, and I'm gonna make something new from the parts inside the LED bulb. And let's start. In most cases the driver is dead, but I'm gonna use this small transformer. Let's pull out. There are 4 pins, but the wire is connected just only on 2 of them. You can measure that with multimeter. So to make a Joule-TIF circuit without using a coil, instead I'm gonna use this transformer that I pull out from the LED bulb. You will need a 10 nanofarads capacitor, 1 kilo ohm resistor, 47 kilo ohm resistor, 1 NPN transistor and 1 PNP transistor. In my case I'm using 2N3904 and 2N3906. After building the circuit, I will try to light up these LEDs with only one AA battery, 1.5 volts. And here it is the schematic for those who want to build the circuit. Let's start. The circuit with the transformer is finished, and I hook up a battery holder for AA battery, 1.5 volts. From the battery, the power will go into the circuit, DC boost, and then light up these LEDs that are connected in serial. But we're gonna see, will it work? And it's working. With one AA battery, 1.5 volt, I light up 8 LEDs. With this small DC boost circuit that is working great. Hello Hacktoors, and welcome back to my channel. A homemade LED voltmeter. It shows that this battery pack is 5 volts, around 5 volts. How I made this homemade LED voltmeter without using any chip, you can check in description below. Today's project will be about what you can do from old CFL bulb. Subscribe to my channel and watch hundreds of DIY videos. First that you need to do is to open the case of the CFL bulb, and please be careful not to break the glass. I don't need this. This go directly into the garbage. The bulb case I will use in future projects, but right now you need this electronic board. There are a bunch of electronic components, but for this project I need this ferrite core and this N-pen transistor. Let's desolder. N-pen transistor. Luckily for me, on the board are marked which one is base, collector and emitter. Every transistor, every N-pen transistor or PNP transistor have emitter, base, collector. Next to pull out is the ferrite core. So far I desoldered the N-pen transistor and the ferrite core, that is very important, and other that I need for making the circuit. I can find it on this board. Also you will need a 1 kilo ohm resistor. Any kind of LED. I'm using a 8mm white LED, and these are stuff for making a simple circuit called Joule TIFF. What is a Joule TIFF? A Joule TIFF is a minimalist, self-oscillating voltage booster that is a small, low cost and easy to build, typically used for driving small loads. The circuit is also known by other names such blocking oscillator, Joule ringer or Vampire torch from Wikipedia. And almost forget that you will need also a copper wire, isolated copper wire, and if you don't have it, on this board from the C-fill bulb you can find it, the copper wire that you need on this small transformer. Here it is, the circuit diagram. We have 1.5 volt battery. To mention that this circuit will work from 0.7 volts maximum to 1.5 volts. The NPN transistor, 1 kilo ohm resistor here. You can use it from 500 ohms up to 2 kilo ohm resistor. The core, this small thing, and the LED. The circuit diagram is simple. How to make the coil with the ferrite core? You need 2 wires and just make loops like mine. When you wind the copper wires on the ferrite core, you should get something like this with start and end of the wires. First I'm gonna solder the LED, and the LED should be soldered, the negative lead from the LED on the first pin of the transistor, which is emitter, and the positive terminal or lead from the LED should be soldered on collector, just like this. The 1 kilo ohm resistor should be soldered on base. Positive wire from the battery goes on these 2 wires that are soldered together. Let's do it like this one. And the negative wire from the battery goes here on emitter of the transistor. Come on. It looks complicated, but it's simple circuit of Joule TIFF that boosts the voltage from zombie batteries or empty batteries, enough voltage to light up the LED. That's why it's called Vampire torch. This circuit works from 0.7 volts up to 1.5 volts. Negative wire to negative, positive to positive. And it's working. It's a tiny circuit that boosts the voltage. Let's try something else. First, I'm gonna solder across the LED 2 wires. Why I solder 2 wires across the LED? Because I want to try to light up 60 LEDs, white LEDs connected in parallel. Let's try it. Just to solder where here this goes to positive, this goes to negative. Let's see, will it work? Whoa! +60 LEDs. They are not at full brightness, but they work. I hope you learned something new in today's video and about Joule-TIFF circuit. If you like this video, please share, subscribe and like. Cool.